Yeah, so I'm Harshal Desai. I was working with one of the bank in Valsad, and I have been preparing for this exam for around 3 to 4 months. And prior to that, I did my engineering, and after that, I did my MBA. And I was working with other firm as well. So the main purpose for giving this exam is that I want to migrate to Canada from taking express entry route, which is one famous route which is in practice right now. So they select you on base of your merit. So I was giving this exam, and that too particular, there are two exams like general and academic. So I was preparing for the general version of IELTS, and my goal was to achieve 777-8 band, because that is the golden score after which you get 50 bonus points. So that was my main purpose.
So how many times did you give the IELTS?
Oh, that's very interesting. Actually, I gave exam for 4 times. So, and the only issue I was facing was in the writing section, because in very first attempt I got overall 7 band, and I got 7 or above in reading, listening and speaking. But in writing I got 6.5 band. So just by half band I missed my golden score of 777-8. So after that I again started, not only I started, but I went for the evaluation of my result. I did EOR, because I was hopeful that after some checking or some re-evaluation I might get the additional half band and I can go through. But it didn't happen that way, and I have to reappear for the exam. So I did the second attempt after 2 months, in which I got same 7 band overall. So I was at the same level, but what happened was I got 1 band less in rewriting again. So I was moving in between 6 to 6.5 in writing. I was not able to achieve that 7 band score in writing. But yeah, at the same time my score in other sections like listening, reading, speaking was gradually improving. So I can see my efforts, but somehow that writing section was not allowing me to go through. So finally in my 4th attempt, where I do some really intense training with the help of Utkarsh and his team, and due to that I could achieve exactly 7 band in writing, as well as I got 9 band in reading, I got 8.5 in listening, and I got 7 band in my speaking section. So overall I got 8 band in my last attempt.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Overall 8 band, yeah.
So that was the golden score.
Yeah, I was waiting for it for so long, and finally I could achieve it.
Right.
So it was wow moment for me.
So that was on the 4th attempt.
That was the 4th attempt. But yeah, I would say that I was definitely giving my best, but at the same time evaluation pattern was also fair enough. Because with the time I kept improving myself in the writing section, I could see the improvement, and based on which I got the result what I deserved.
Right.
So finally when I deserved 7, then only I got the 7 band.
Right.
And at the same time I don't have any bias regarding if you give it in British Council or IDP, because with my personal experience I would say that I gave exam 2 times in British Council as well as 2 times in the IDP, but the overall marks that I received was more or less very same. So I would say that it doesn't matter, but personally in my last attempt it was British Council.
The one that gave you the golden
Yeah.
score. How many hours did you give to IELTS every day?
Yeah, so in my case, actually I was a working professional. So it was really difficult for me to give dedicated 2 hours or 3 hours on daily basis. But what I used to do was, I used to give at least 1 hour daily, that too after office or in the early morning. And apart from that, I used to attend the classes very regularly, because even if I miss some day to practice on my own, at least I am giving some time of my day in the classes to improve my English. So I was very discipline to attend the classes. At the same time, on the weekends where I used to get the time, so I used to give at least 2 to 3 hours on my weekends to practice for this IELTS exam. And mainly, what was my strategy to improve my different skills in IELTS was, I was not only concentrating on listening or reading or speaking or writing for say. So what I used to do was, if I am sparing 3 hours of my time on some weekend, so I used to give 1 hour to reading, then 1 hour to listening, and then 1 hour to writing task. And for the speaking task, I would say it was very, very helpful and appreciable on the part of Utkarsh and his team, that they used to give me so many mock speaking exams, and which was very, very much useful for my overall performance in the speaking modules.
So people often say that it is very difficult for people from Gujarat, even Valsad, to clear IELTS. So what is your opinion about that?
I would say it is not very difficult. Yeah, it requires your lot of efforts and your practice and your genuine hard work. But at the same time, you need to give some smart work. Because if we consider that I need to do this, I need to do this kind of attempt, but at the same time, you must make sure that you find out your weaknesses and you work on it. And you make the list of the things that you don't need to do at the time of examination to save your time or to come up with the better results. So I would say that the exam is not very difficult. It is the standard exam internationally accepted across the world, and it will give you the overall result which you deserve. I won't say that it is difficult for someone or it is easy for someone. It is based on your English ability exam. At what level you are right now, based on that you will get the score. But that doesn't mean that you can not achieve the higher scores. And for that, as I said earlier, that you need to channelize your English language skills in a way that you can achieve more score in this exam. And for that only I went to prepare with Utkarsh and his team. And I really feel that that was one very right decision in my overall journey of achieving this 777-8 band in IELTS. Because I was making some small mistakes, which would be like that I wouldn't realize that this is a mistake that I am making. But as an English professional and an expert, and the best thing I like about Utkarsh was he was also a part of British Council examiners and the team. So that experience of being the part of that body which is actually evaluating you for your English skills is really very, very helpful in your overall preparation journey. So that's why I decided to go with preparation with Utkarsh and team.
And they say that people go to Rajkot, people go to different centers. You might have heard this.
Yeah. Some of my colleagues also went to Rajkot, and then some of them went to Mumbai.
Correct.
And I was not very sure about the usefulness of that particular attempts. But I would say that I personally gave my all the 4 attempts from Surat only. And I kept full confidence with the different types of evaluation system which were implemented at the time of examination in Surat center. Because when you go prepared at some center, so at that time you don't have that anxiety factor. You are confident within yourself, so you can observe what is going around, what the peoples are doing, what the examiners are doing. And by observing all those things, you get some confidence that no, things are going fair, nothing is wrong.
Right.
And at that level, you can decide that no, you can rely on this methodology. Again, you can improve yourself and you can come up with better preparation next time. So I personally believe that center does not matter that much in comparison to your preparation.
Right.
If you are well prepared and you are applying at any center, you are going to get the score that you deserve.
Correct. Hey, did you ever consider, because you were stuck for just one band, from 7 you wanted an 8. Did you ever consider, you might have come across black results as in people selling you the whole score for 10, 15 lakh rupees. Did you consider buying the result?
No, actually, I would say, I would very frankly say that I came across such information that it is available in the market. But personally, for me, it was not about just a short time settlement, because I need to carry on with the skills wherever I am going in the world. So I was having the very keen mindset in my head that that I can't afford this 10 to 15 lakhs, and B, I need to make myself capable enough to survive anywhere in the world on my English language skills. So I never considered that option for me to buy that score in so and so lakhs rupees.
Amazing. That's right, very commendable. That's very good of you not to even consider it.
I really never considered that option for me, because I knew that I am just lagging behind by few inches, by few miles. So it's just that I need to focus more on that part.
Right.
And eventually, if you would observe my result, then not only in that part but in other section also, I was able to achieve more than the desired score.
Correct.
And it took me from 7 to overall 8 bands.
One memory, an incident where you were in the class and something memorable happened, a day in the class that was memorable to you.
There are so many memorable experiences of these classes, but I would like to share few of them. So the good part is that Utkarsh never concentrate on just one skill, that today is listening, tomorrow is listening, the day after tomorrow is listening. The classes are well distributed, and day after day, one day is the listening, then reading, then speaking. So in the speaking section, what I really enjoyed was that the whole group was sitting in the round table conference position, and Utkarsh was shooting different questions one by one to every participant, and it needs to be very spontaneous, as well as you need to thought and come up with the right answer. And not only giving answer is the only thing, but also at the same time he used to give you the feedback for your answer and how you can improve that. So I believe that in current scenario, like we are in Gujarat, and in day-to-day life we don't speak in English. So what we need to concentrate more on to speaking in English as much as you can, because there is English in yourself. You see a lot of movies and you see the different series and the stuff, but when it comes to speak, then you can't go that fluently. So the way in which you can improve your English was very, very useful and effective for me from Utkarsh and his team. So I really admire that efforts from his team. Also, one incident I remember about the one-to-one session, he and his team used to give me the mock speaking exam before my actual examination in IELTS. So, like you have watched the Coffee with Karan session, so you have seen that television series on TV, that Coffee with Karan. So in that, either you can give yes or no, you have to choose from one answer. So the rapid fire round was very interesting, because I believed that just giving an answer is not enough. You need to think, and then you have to come up with your answer. In the real IELTS examination as well, when you are giving some answer and you are listening to question of the examiner and you are just jumping into giving the answer, that doesn't give you the good impression. You have to receive the answer, you have to process it, and make the other person realize that no, you are receiving that in a good sense, in a good spirit, and then you are trying to make him or her understand that what is your point of view. So I believe that receiving and reciprocating, that was a very good guru mantra that I received from Utkarsh.
So when we talk about the comparison between IELTS, British Council and IDP, what are the differences that you feel?
So initially in my first attempt I got half band less in British Council. After that I applied for the EOR, that evaluation of result, and in that also I got the negative answer from British Council. And as a normal human being, you always try to go with some other option that you have. So in the second attempt I applied for IDP, and in that I received, the score was not that bad, but in writing only I got the less bands. But overall I gave 2 attempts with IDP and 2 attempts with the British Council. My last attempt in which I scored 7778 was with British Council. But personally what I feel, it's my personal view that if you consider the professionalism, the way the exams are conducted, and also the way you are treated at the examination center is better in British Council. That's what I personally believe. Otherwise, I won't say that the score differs if you apply in British Council or IDP. You will get what you deserve. But overall, the feel good factor, the comfort, and I would say that this is very critical for me, that the environment, the comfort of my mind, and the way I have been received at the speaking section or in this or the LRW section, the way I have been treated was really making me more comfortable in British Council in comparison to the IDP. So that's why in my last attempt I was having the experience of British Council as well as the IDP. But I prefer to go with the British Council because I was confident with my preparation. It was just about the level of comfort and the confidence that you get in the environment. So I personally believe that it was good with the British Council.
So do you remember the first day to the class? How was your experience on the first day? How did you feel initially?
Yeah, so I remember that first day was listening section. Listening class was going on, and I was very new to the class, and also I was late for some 5 to 7 minutes. I reached late to the class because it used to be the very early morning classes, because I was the working professional, so I used to attend my office after that. So I remember that initially I missed the instructions, the pre-exam instruction that is given by the Utkarsh, and after that this listening section was new for me. But I was very happy that after I reached late, that was the first day, and Utkarsh came to me, he gave me the exam paper and just make me comfortable. Don't worry, just keep this first task, start with the second one, it will start after 5 minutes. You just need to listen it and you have to note down what you think is the answer. Don't try to write it in the actual answer sheet, just write it in the question paper. So on the very first day, he makes me very comfortable, and to my surprise, the score I received was already the 7 band as per my score received on that day. So that gave me real boost on the very first day. Although it was for the remaining 3 sections, but the overall comparison was really far better than the other classes. So I always remember being a part of this group training, yeah.
So if this is a question about your personal opinion. A lot of working professionals, they consider quitting their job, leaving everything behind, and they think about taking up IELTS learning for the full day. They want to prepare all day and night, and even some of them quit their jobs for 2 months, 3 months in order to get 8777. Do you think this is the right approach?
No, I personally don't feel this is the right approach, because it is important that you practice more for this exam, but it is not necessary to quit everything and practice and prepare for the exam at the cost of something else, quitting your day job. Because over the period of time, what will happen is that will create some stress for your livelihood and the other things and the other family concern and all. So if you are being dedicated and serious and sincere, I would say sincere is the right word, because exam is not very tough, as I said earlier. You just need to give the right set of efforts as well as the dedication and the discipline in your preparation. So if you are contributing some 3 to 4 hours on daily basis, that is good for the preparation if you are new to this English language and all, and if you are used to this English language environment and you know you have learned your graduation or you have done your post graduation in English, then I would feel that 2 hours of preparation on daily basis and you can cover up on the weekends. So overall around 12 to 14 hours of weekly preparation is really sufficient to do well in this exam. But yeah, it differs from person to person, but I would never recommend to quit the job or what you are doing primarily to prepare for this exam.
This question is about schooling. Do you think that a person's schooling matters, like English medium and Gujarati medium? Does that matter? And are you from Gujarati medium or English medium?
Yes, I would say that I am from the Gujarati medium school. I did my schooling up to 12th standard in Gujarati. Then I did my engineering in Gujarat, although I was learning in English language, but I did in Gujarat. So outside of the class, every communication was in Gujarati. But after that, I went to do my MBA, and for that I was part of another institute in Pune, Symbiosis Institute. So that I got really good exposure. But the main thing I observed was it was not about being a student of English language or a Gujarati language, which makes it even more difficult for me to learn this exam pattern and methodology, because it's about the way you express your thoughts. The vocabulary and grammar are the things that you can master on your own by giving some time and some practice, but it's mainly about the way of expressing your thoughts. Also, I would say that how much high level or low level thoughts you are positioning is secondary in this exam, but giving the right and relevant response is more important. It's not about giving the very accurate answer. It's just about giving the answer which any other third person would find appropriate. So I would personally feel that although I was from the Gujarati medium schooling, but it was not very difficult for me to prepare for this exam.
As you said that writing was the biggest barrier for you. So what aspect of writing, let's say the letter and the writing task too, what were the challenges, the barriers in those tasks?
Yeah, so it is actually a very good question, I would say that, because when you start preparing for the writing task, that too in the general module of IELTS, so there are 2 tasks. One is the letter writing, and so there are different kind of letter, that formal or semi-formal or informal, and in part 2, task 2, there is an essay. But the exam is organized in such a way that you can't go with one strategy which fits for all, which is not acceptable at all. So you have to be very, very particular with your every task type, as well as in every task there are subtypes. So you have to give real practice. And when I say practice, it never means that you read some essays and you read some letters. It is not going to help you that much in the real exam. You need to write on your own. You need to check it, get it checked with some competent person. And after that, the feedback you received, you need to work on it. So what happened was, initially when I started, I used to take around 25 to 30 minutes in my later task, and my essay was generally taking 40 minutes, 35 to 40 minutes, so which was not within the time frame allowed by the IELTS, because only 1 hour is the time frame. So what I need to do is I need to finish both the task in 50 minutes, and I need to have 10 minutes to review my task. That was my overall final goal. So I started my preparation with that. So I used to make sure that as soon as I get the exam papers, everyone can follow the different strategy, but what strategy I followed was I used to make the mind maps. So I used to find the central idea, and according to and around that central idea, I used to find some supporting ideas around it. So once you make the blueprint in your mind, then it is easier for you to bring that on paper. So after coming up with the ideas on the mind map, the only task you need to do is you need to portray your best English ability to give the ideas to on the paper. So I that was my strategy, that in first 5 minutes or first 8 minutes I used to scan both the tasks. I used to make the mind maps for both the tasks, and then in the next 15 minutes I used to complete my task 1. After completing the task 1, I jump to the task 2. I finish it within 25 minutes, and sometimes it takes 25 to 27, 2-3 minutes extra, but I always used to keep track of my time. And after completing this both the tasks, I always make sure that I can have some time to review those tasks, because you never know, you have made some mistakes, because while you are writing your mind is functioning, but your hand might give you some slip. Yeah, the slip of your hand can give you lose your marks, cost you band. So this was one very good strategy that Utkarsh told me, that never miss to review your task after completion of your task. It's okay if you give one less point, or if you can describe one less point or example. Proofreading is very important, and during my journey of these 4 attempts of IELTS, in the first 2 attempts I was very lazy to write on my own, and I was not giving my 100% in writing the exam task as per the module of the IELTS. But after that I really realized, and I used to submit at least one task every week to get it checked by Utkarsh, and I used to get the relevant score, and I need to work on it, and eventually my score was improving, and that really helped me.